don't know if I said it last time, but I almost said porridge. Oatmeal is pretty oh, I think I said it in the comment, but yeah, it's pretty healthy and can be very filling. But boy, yeah, obviously it's not the most quality of life food, but it'll do the job. Also, curious birthmark Katak into random item stats. Yeah, I think I posted it as a pinned comment, but I have yet to say in the video. I'm completely forgetting at the moment because I did just wake up literally as we get into this curious birthmark. Yeah, and then I think random item stats on, but. Yeah, for timestamp's sake, let's get into Katak Curious Birthmark Random Item Stats Custom Character. And if you've already seen the 2 games I put Trying to Plays up for, then those might be the games you'll be seeing this month at least. But as we get, at least until the World of War update comes in. Light, Charisma, Strength, second, Dexterity. Second Mystery specifically, and then second Encounter last. No Takashi-san. So, no need to worry about cigarette usage, if I so plan to do so. This character does start with a weapon, so shrug. I could afford to do it. Basically, so what I do... Oh my goodness, I lost the notes, by the way. So what I normally do, if I had the choice, and the funds, of course, is that I buy cigarettes and make sure they last until the very last encounter. That's the essential general rule that I noticed I've never said before, as we get ramen, mermaids, painting, taxi shibas. Taxi shibas, second and third, and then I think, yeah, for doing taxi shibas, I can take mermaids now. I should be able to. For some reason, I almost thought that I could not visit the thingamajiggy, but we'll prepare just to at least enable funds for Doom and police station time. Taxi, we are going to be going into the forest, I believe. Yeah, because I always confuse taxi with shuttle. I apologize to both creators of those mysteries, but both of them have taxi cabs in them. Well, one is a shuttle, which is more like a bus, but shuttles, isn't there a way for taxi cabs to be called shuttles in a certain language? I'm going crazy. Anyway, let's jog around the block and fail because we roll 11. But aside from that, so we're definitely... Oh, also random item stats. This is a very fast switchblade. I think this became a faster switchblade. We'll check the history club once. Nothing. So, I mean, 10 Doom for extra damage on human encounters would be interesting, but I forgot what I was talking about. Let's vending machine before we get to a thing. Let's vending machine twice, because cigarettes are 3 funds. And off we go. With the switchblade as a weapon, we are about to go super fast for the last thing. Okay, yeah, I was talking about nicotine, the nicotine rush buff. Basically lasting until your last encounter, but obviously you don't know when encounters are going to come in World of Horror unless they're linked to a mystery event, so on and so forth. So, for an example, you're taking red... I even forgot what the mystery name is, because I always call it Akamanto. But say you're fighting Akamanto last, because you're taking that mystery mask, the mystery last. Can you tell I just woke up? But that's the last encounter, and maybe you do have Takashi-san, but you don't care because Takashi-san folds like a wet noodle. Then you're just like, okay, I just need to make sure I have Nicotine Rush to the last one. Then basically, as soon as you take Akamanto's mystery, you pop the cigarettes, unless you, like, investigate another location, because your cigarette count decreases per location investigated. Then, yeah, you can just do whatever you want. But, again, if you're, say, in ramen, then you don't know if you're going to run into the flesh goopy monster. I don't remember what it's called. You don't know that's you're gonna run into that for your last encounter, then sure, right? You pop Nicotine Rush too early, and then you run out, and then you're fighting like a -3 all enemy that you're probably just gonna run from, all things considered. But hey, also it'll take the Doom here. It's better off than going for burns. No, not if you have to visit the... I did not do my math, by the way. Anyway, we lost Bath immediately. That's bad, but we can take anything else after. We'll take Shiba's last, whatever it is last, just in case we want to fight a boss. That way the damage, the HP, but more importantly the damage is not increased against us. We failed the charisma check, which is good for us there. But as we move on, so we have 2 packs of cigarettes. We're about to get a third. So basically at the end of this mystery we can pop packs of cigarettes, although I need to remember to take them out. And that's right. We do have Curious Birthmark. I was like, where'd that? Well, basically, a good way to see what backstory you're on without checking it from the screen here, which is where you should go to check, is that if you have the old coin, you're probably on a Curious Birthmark run. We are in stamina pain, by the way, but I'm just going to keep walking forward. Maybe this is a short video. I swear I'm not trying to cut the video short, but when the game keeps making me fail checks, what can I do, right? So, yeah, anywho. I could have popped the thing here. Yeah, I could have popped the the nicotine rush buff, but this is a relatively safer encounter. Yeah, we're taking -3, or yeah, +3 Doom, but it's not as bad as it could be. Also, we brace here so because we have a higher chance on average to do more damage, question mark? Am I going crazy? Well, either way. Well, we need to hit 4 of these. The chances aren't that great, but when we do, hey, works out. But yeah, keeping in mind, so little micromanagement here if you care, but it's really all RNG. It's not like I'm doing anything particularly skillful, except if you know about, well, it's more a knowledge check. So if I think I'm not going to run into an encounter, I won't smoke cigarettes because then I won't get as much out of it. Because basically every investigation that you do where your cigarette counter decreases but you don't fight an enemy is an investigation that you could have waited for the cigarettes to use and then have more investigations to use them. Like, for example, here, I didn't think I was going to fight this, but the other side of that is this is not really a dangerous encounter, so there's no reason to take the nicotine rush buff because on average I'm not going to take a lot of damage, as opposed to if I ran into like a -3 all enemy, then it's like, okay, probably should have popped cigarettes because for sure you could have probably saved like -1 or -2 all. Basically, yes, it's all about resources, but that's not the end all be all of basically the micromanagement or micro-efficient, whatever you want to call it. Trying to get every little bit of efficiency out of, at least in this case, nicotine rush. But anywho, so we're just going to run through the forest because, I mean, if you fight a boss, sure. If you don't, nah. Could have done that, but again, we're not really inclined to, well, if you have average RNG, you probably should do the whole chase sequence. I think you get experience from that. I just don't remember how much experience. So we could fight this boss. We're probably just going to skip it. But we have enough cigarettes to last the course of the run. So to take another step back, basically you want enough cigarettes to last you the whole run. If you do, then essentially you have a buff for the entire run. You turn into Ico, basically. You turn into Ico. I think Ico's is a little better. I can't remember, but I mean, also, again, just note to content creator or event creators, or when you're making, anyone who's making an event in World of War, if you give me a guaranteed out, people who are, players who are normally unlucky are probably just going to take it. That might not sound fun, but I mean, like, the alternative is possibly failing, so the other side of that is unless you dangle a rewarded, like, I'll always, if I have more than 3 stamina, I'm gonna always go for the katana in the Bleeding Desert. I think it's called yeah. I always confuse the two, but yeah, Bleeding Desert, I'm always gonna roll for the katana. But if you grant me a measly 5 experience, maybe 10 experience, but 5 experience is not gonna be enough to make me want to basically roll your event. Alternatively, you could just force a player to make a check, but you don't want too many of those either. So there is a kind of balance in terms of what kind of events you put in. An example is coming up right here, as we lose 2 funds, and I should not have sold what I sold. But if you can avoid a boss fight, unless I'm losing maybe -4 for a reason, and even that's a hard ask, yeah, you're not gonna make me fight a boss. Now, if the boss dangled like, oh my goodness, 75%, although realistically speaking, hitting 4 out of 5 of those was 80%, I guess you're not going to see it, but you get the point, I think. So before this video ends, just mentioning, if you give me a way out of an event without making me lose anything, I'm probably just going to take it. Heck, I'll even take it anyway, but I'm a lot less inclined to just take -1 reason, -1 stamina, or 2+2 Doom, as opposed to nothing. But yeah. RNG, fast weapons, by the way. See you in the next video!